And now, oh, we are on the big one. I remember saying that Dice Throne was a big heavy box. This is like 5 times as heavy, and it's a little bit bigger, but this is such a heavy box. Oh my gosh, but I'm so excited. As soon as I saw it was on stock on a website, I ordered it right away because I know how like rare it is. Board games in South Africa are hard to get. If you see one, you just gotta get it. Like there's nothing else for it. So this is the legendary storytelling board game In the World of Aladdin and Sinbad by Eric Goldberg. I can say that name. It's obviously pretty British, so I can say it. It's from Z-Man Games. Ooh. It is ages 14 plus, 2 to 6 players, and 120 minutes. I have heard, though, that each person you're playing with, think of having half an hour, 40 minutes for that person's turn, and then an extra 15 to half an hour to wrap up the game for like the end game. So that is something. And this is just such a big, gorgeous box. And look at this. Look at this. Adventure. Sail the 7 seas with Sinbad. Become the new Scheherazade and match wits with a mad sultan. Find the fabulous treasures of Aladdin's Cave of Wonders. Seek love, honor, danger, and glory. All await you in the golden age of fable. And content, some of the cards. In this new edition of the groundbreaking storytelling game, you enter the land of the Arabian Nights alongside Sinbad, Ali Baba, and the other legendary heroes of the tales. Travel the world encountering imprisoned princesses, powerful ifrits. I think that's how you say it, ifrits. I thought it was with an I though, ifrits. Anyway, evil viziers and such marvels as the enigmatic magnetic mountain and the fabled elephant's graveyard. That makes me think of the Lion King. I mean, seriously. Choose your actions carefully, and the skills you possess will reward you. Become beloved, wealthy, mighty, even become sultan of a great land. Choose foolishly, however, and become a beggar, or be cursed with a beast's form, Beauty and the Beast, or go insane from terror. You will bring to life the stories of the inestimable book of tales in this vastly replayable board game with over 2002 tales that will challenge, amuse, astound, and spellbind you for years to come. This classic storytelling game returns in a huge new edition, they're not lying, with an expanded book of tales containing over 1,000 paragraphs of brand new, never before seen material, including new places of power, richer treasures, and spectacular deaths. Oh, wow. I just hope that in the book they don't use this font, because even though it's very atmospheric and very Arabian, it's kind of hard to read, although I'm not sometimes the best reader. I do get tongue-tied. So, let's have a look. I have been waiting. I have had this game for nearly 2 days before opening it, and I wanted to like be good. Oh, let me turn this around so it doesn't all just like fall out when I open it. I wanted to be good. I was actually on holiday when they delivered it at work, so I went into work specially on my day off just to get it, because I was like, this thing is so expensive. I'm not leaving it at work in case something happens. Not that anything would, but you know, you never know. All right, now this is going to be majestic. Oh, that's a tight fit. I love how like well fitted board game boxes are. Ooh. Oh yes. Ooh, lots of stuff. Lots and lots of stuff for Katie. Oh my gosh. Okay. Rules of play. I'm just going to quickly look through. Ooh, some pretty pictures. So I'm guessing this is sort of just like set up what each thing does, how the game works in general. Kind of like a storytelling RPG thing, using a book like when you get to the bottom of the page it says if you want to go left, turn to page 300. If you want to go right, turn to page 150. That sort of choose your own adventure thing, which I think is fantastic. I used to read quite a lot of those, mainly Goosebumps though, although Goosebumps kind of scared me. I know. I am a bit of a scaredy cat. Reaction matrices. Ooh, okay, this. So as far as I could tell from the other reviews that I have read, one person will calculate the skills matrix for that active player, and the other one will then read the relevant passage in the book, so that everyone's sort of involved and they don't need to wait too long for things. Okay, so here's a whole bunch of tokens. I am guessing they have to do with like this is story in the Destiny story. So I think it said at the beginning you choose how many points you want to earn in Destiny and story. And I was watching Shut Up and Sit Down's version of this, and they said story is you happening to the story, and Destiny is things happening to you. So story would be you go and you find a well and you get lots of money and you get rich, and the story happening to you or Destiny is you fall into the well by accident and then you get turned into a girl. Something along that line, and I thought that was hysterical. That was absolutely hysterical. Alright, so then we have got more tokens. Luck, magic, piety. So I think that these are the skills or the characteristics you have. I think that's like day, sunset, night. Quest tokens in different colors, so they must mean different things. Weapon use. Oh, same back and front. Storytelling. Yeah, okay, so those are the same back and front. Woo! Okay, so then we've got wealth, origin, story, destination, and destiny in colors for each character. And then we've got tokens of all of the people. Very interesting. It looks like it's 2 girls and 4 men. So we've got Sinbad, Aladdin. Oh wow, I cannot pronounce this. What is that? Zimurad? I'm going to have to look up how to pronounce these people because I'm going to be playing with them. Scheherazade, Ali Baba, and Maurif. Please laugh at my bad pronunciation. Just because I've never read a tale with the Z lady and the Ma man and Z lady. Yeah, those are not people that I'm familiar with. Oh gosh, look at this board. Look at how huge this board is. This is never, ever going to fit. Oh, it's only one-sided. Anyway, this is never going to fit on the screen. Oh, wow. Wait, let's turn it the right way around. Whoa, this is the biggest board in all my games. I mean, I don't have a huge gaming collection, but I'm pretty sure this will be the biggest board ever. Like, it's longer than the tips of my finger to my elbow, and it's like half of it is my fingertips to my elbow. So, but look at this map. So we've got a bit of Africa, Arabia, India. We have got Asia up the top, and then we actually have got Europe up there. So it's a lot more like far-reaching than just Arabian Nights, as it were. It's sort of like everywhere nights, and I think that that is quite cool because it's going to mean that more people can play. Oh my lord, look at this, the Book of Tales. Oh, look at this. And the print is so tiny. The print is so tiny. Oh, it's a nice print though. It's a nice print though. This is going to be beautiful. This is not the rules book. This book contains over 2002 adventures to use. If you read this before playing, you will remove much of the enjoyment of playing the game. Instead, read the rules of play in the other booklet. But then it's got summary of what the things mean, glossary of unfamiliar terms, glossary of special encounters. Oh, the only thing I don't like is people are going to have to be like super careful when they scroll, when they, do this turning over thing, because otherwise I am going to be very unhappy. What is this list of things? Did I miss what it is? No idea what those are. That's okay. Okay, so then it's like starting out, Stonehenge, Cave of Wonders, all of those things. Okay, so definitely not going to read any of these because I want the tale to be like brand new to me. But this is nice. It's a nice thick book, and it's glossy, and I am very, like, the game was expensive, but I'm happy about it. Oh, you get little baggies for the things you get. That is clever. I like that. I really like that. Right, I'm guessing these are player boards. Yes, but there's no picture. pictures on the... Oh, so that you can like reuse them. So it's not like a picture board in red for... Who was it? Aladdin was the red one. Encounter reaction choices A, B, C, D, E, F, G to O. Oh my lord, that's a lot. Game setup, morning, start in Baghdad. Place markers on the board, spaces mark destiny, story, and poor. Players record goal is destiny plus story equals 20. Oh, okay, so you can only go up to 20, so you can choose in what category you want. Like if you think destiny's really going to happen to you, like 15. Maybe you're not allowed to go more than 10. I don't know, but let's see. Players choose 3 talent level skills in turn. Victory, fulfill your DP and SP, DP, and SP formula while in Baghdad at the end of your turn. Turn sequence, pass the Book of Tales to your left, check statuses and treasures, move based on wealth level, draw an encounter card, play a city card and resolve a quest if you can, check for victory. Then encounter reaction choices, so like A is grovel, aid, rob, avoid, converse, attack, court, abduct, honor. Oh my gosh. Pray for guidance, wait for help, cry out for help, examine surroundings, set forth, hide safely. Wow. And then available skills, acting in disguise, appearance, bargaining and evaluation, beguiling, courtly graces, enduring hardship, luck, magic, piety, quick thinking, scholarship, seamanship, seduction, stealth and stealing, storytelling, weapon use, wilderness, law, and wisdom. Very interesting. There's this nice sort of like insert, so you can store like all the cards on one side. Oh, the cutout things are for those. I was wondering why I need the little baggies, because everything else is so nicely here. Okay, so here are the little stands for the characters. I'm not going to use those yet. And then you've got 3 dice, a red, a blue, and then a white one, which has got a blank, a cross, and a minus. So that might be like minus something, plus something, or nothing happens. And I'm sure a lot of times people will want nothing to happen. Let me just put this down here. So the cards we have are treasure cards, quest cards, status cards, more status cards, and encounters. So I'm guessing it should sort of more be like that. Lovely. Let me have a little bit of a squizzy read at the how to play, because I now am just overwhelmed with all the heavy stuff. I have to admit, I had to have a quick read through the rules of play. It is it's a long process. I mean, there's 18 pages and it's quite small text, and it's a little bit complicated because of, you know, having the encounter, and then what skills do you have, and then what you chose to do, and because you have these skills, you plus this and this and this, and then you get this amount added for destiny points, and then you go to the corresponding paragraph, and it's a lot. It's a very complicated game, but I think the complication makes it rich. Considering I haven't played it yet, this is all just speculation, but I'm excited to play it. It's daunting as heck to me right now, but I'm excited to try it out because I want to see what kind of adventures I come up with. I want to get a character, I want to choose one of these wonderful characters, I want to choose 3 unique skills for them, and then pop around a board and see if I can become really rich, or a king, or something like that. And I think that is going to be a lot of fun. I don't know which one of the 2 girl characters I want to be. Of course I want to be a girl character. If one of the guys that I'm going to play with wants to be a girl, yeah, he can, sure. I'm going to ask them beforehand to like pick a character and then think about them and think what type of person they are for their skills and their traits. What I also saw is at the end there's a note to Western readers describing the tales of the Arabian Nights, and you know, all of the stories, you know, like Ali Baba and the 40 Thieves and Sinbad, and all of these tales which we as, well, me as a Westerner have only had like a little bit. Like when I was growing up there was a cartoon series about Princess Scheherazade, and she had like a genie and like got up to adventures, and I liked watching Sinbad, and I liked watching things like Hercules. So the Greeks and the Indian stuff, like I totally went for. I like anime and things like that, so I feel like I have kind of a bit of more of a broader general knowledge for things like this, but there's so much more that I can learn, and it's exciting. It's very exciting. So the setup is, if everyone can see the picture, hopefully they can, everyone takes their player reference sheet to help them along. You take your character and the corresponding color markers for it. So if I can just, whoa, this is just so big. So if, for example, I'm going to play Scheherazade, then I am the green character, and there's all my green things. So I'll take my Scheherazade token there, and I'll pop it there. And then I've got my little person and my destiny, destination, story, origin, and wealth tokens. And off I go with all of that thing. Place character on the board in Baghdad. Baghdad's right at the center, so that's going to be nice to find. Place your wealth marker on the board in poor. We are very poor right now. There was a picture of... yeah, so poor. You get beggar, penniless, penniless, poor, respectable, rich, princely, and fabulous. And depending on how rich you are, is your movement. And you can either do a land movement, which is a horsey, and then you can do a sea movement, which is a ship. So it's gold and silver, and I think that is very, very cool. I did notice, though, that, you know, being a beggar, penniless, and poor, you've got the same land and sea movement. So you have to work, you know, quite hard to get up. And then respectable is 4-4, rich is 4-4, princely is 3-5, and fabulous is 2-6. So obviously it's if you're wanting to do more sea movement. And the rules say if you want to do land and sea movement combination, you can do the maximum amount, but you can't do less than the minimum amount type of thing. But you know what, that's fine. I'll get there when I get there. Keep your origin and destination markers for later use, or obviously because that's as the game progresses, you will obviously find some place that you declare as your origin or destination, something like that. I'm guessing. I haven't played the game. I'm just guessing. Shuffle the deck of quest cards. It's the smallest deck, but you deal one to each player. Now, the interesting thing that I read about the quest cards is that they give you additional reasons to travel the world, like maybe visiting multiple locations, which you mark with the quest markers, but you do not have to do them. If you do not like it, you do not have to do it. But once you have fulfilled a quest, you then get a new one. So it might be better for you to do that. And the first one, I mean, I haven't unpacked these yet. The first one is seek love. Your nighttime dreams of a woman beyond beauty, or maybe a man if you are playing as the girl anyway, or actually, I mean, if you're a woman, you're also dreaming of another woman, sure, go for it. Although I did find it funny in the book, it says that for like the seduction or the courting, whatever movement it is, you can't do same-sex courtship. I don't know if I should maybe tell people that they can, just to see like really funny things happening, but maybe not. Maybe I'll be respectful, because I know that the Western cultures and, you know, Arabian people, they do not condone that. So maybe it's best to stick with the spirit and just keep it man and woman relationships. You know what? If that's what the game requires, then that's what the game requires. Let me continue. Your nighttime dreams of a woman beyond beauty. Your nighttime dreams of a woman beyond beauty are now invading your waking thoughts, but you have never seen her, nor has anyone you tell of her even heard of such a beauty. Finally, in a new dream, you gain a vision of her palace. She rules a land far from Baghdad. Why are you tortured with such incomplete knowledge of the one person you know to be your fated love? If, after an encounter, you are in a space with a 4 or higher in the terrain, gem, or city icon, roll 1 die. Add the number in the gem or city to the die roll, and if you roll less than 9, you must move to a new location on your next turn, unless the status prevents you from moving. If the total rolled is 9 or higher, then you have found your love. Obviously, in the city, not the city itself. That would be hysterical. You gain +3 to wealth, and your max is princely. Is that the last one? No, fabulous. So you have to actually like work to get to fabulous. Married vizier, place your origin marker in the nearest city. I don't know what the married and vizier is. I'm guessing vizier is sort of like king because she's ruling the land. So you're married to like a queen, so you become her vizier because you're not the king, because then that would be, or the sultan, I guess, because then you would be more than her on the hierarchy level. Anyway. Then you shuffle the treasure cards, which are this beautiful blue. I love the look of these cards. Like the design is just so pretty, and I actually really like the kind of lotusy blossom image on it, but they're stunning. So shuffle them and place them face down near the board. They've put them up there. Oh no, those are status cards. They've put the encounter, treasure, and quest cards down here. And then with the encounter, you use the day-night token, because once you've gone through all the encounters in the morning, you then go to the noon when you've reshuffled them, and then when you have to go through them again and shuffle them again, then night. And if you have to shuffle them again, it stays night. You've had enough. Okay, so then you have to record your victory formula, and I was right. You can be like 12 in Destiny and then 8 in story, but it has to equal 20. So if you want like 19 in Destiny and 1 story, I think that's a bit crazy. Me personally, I'm thinking that maybe Destiny is going to happen more to me because I'm pretty bad luck when it comes to dice. So I think that Destiny is going to happen at me and story is going to run away from me. Each player rolls the 2 normal dice to see who goes first. Then you can choose your skills. I am quite interested in these skill options because you can only choose 3, but it's like crazy cool. Some of the stuff like wisdom, wilderness lore, storytelling, weapon use, quick thinking, piety, magic, scholarship, appearance, acting in disguise, seduction, enduring hardship, courtly graces, and then you choose your character and you're like, I am going to be a very poor but good dancing slave who, through her intelligence, so I'll be like wisdom, maybe quick thinking, maybe appearance, because we won't have courtly graces, bargaining and evaluation. Appearance, like maybe she's got appearance, maybe she's got acting in disguise because of the acting, like with the dancing thing, or maybe I don't know if there's anything physical like being quick or strong. It's kind of interesting that most of these things are like physical and intellectual. They're not, I mean, like appearance and intellectual, they're not physical, like strength. I suppose enduring hardship, no, but that's more like an internal strength. Seamanship. May always move at least 4 by water regardless of wealth level. That's pretty cool if you want to go and be a sailor like Sinbad. Okay, what do I do? Skills. They suggest that you can do random, like give 3 random things, and then you start at talent level, and then you can eventually get master level, and I'm sure that gives you like more perks. And I'm sure, yeah, the other side is like the master level color. I didn't know what was. Ooh, luck has popped out. No luck, stay. Okay, and then the quest cards, which I spoke about. So then it says to show who the Book of Tales goes to and who the reaction matrix goes to. So the player to your left gets the book, and the player to your right gets the reaction matrix, and then it continues like that. Check treasures and statuses, move your character, resolve your encounter. So when you get to a place, you get an encounter, and then you can choose what to do. Like this one is a beggar. And it's got a symbol of noon. Morning is 86, noon is 91, and night is 105. I don't know what that means yet. They've given like an example, this character encounter. Let me see if I can do it. If you draw a character encounter, refer to the deck marker. Morning. So if I meet him at noon, then it's 91. Then it will direct the reader to various paragraphs on it. So I'm guessing then they go to marker 91 and then read what that says. If you draw a terrain, and that's it for the character, because then the terrain encounter is something different, like this magnetic mountain. You must determine what kind of terrain your character is on, and then there's a terrain key that will help you. At the bottom of the card you will find the paragraph number for each type of terrain. So depending on which one it is, neutral, maybe not applicable, 3, 2, 5, 6, 4, I don't know. This is the rule book, right? So where is the terrain? Is it like at the back? Okay. Mountains, sea, desert, forest, island, and the cities. Okay. How can you determine? At the bottom of the card you will find a paragraph number for each type of terrain. I'm guessing Sinbad occupies a sea space. The player draws this card, so the reader would turn to paragraph 2 because it's blue, it's on a sea. Okay, so it also depends where on the board you are. See, I'm learning with you guys. This is great. And then you'll be able to see. So that's very, very interesting. The city encounter cards seem like the funnest one because you can gain something. You don't have to do them right away when you get it, when you draw it. You can keep it for later. And if you roll a 1, you gain 1 status. 2, gain 2 wealth. 3, improve 1 talent to master skill. 4, encounter an Ifrit. 5, lose any statuses you wish. 6, gain acting and disguise plus encounter pearl diving. Ooh, that's very cool. So there, and then you resolve your encounters, discover who or what you have encountered, choose your reaction, determine your destiny, and resolve the encounter. So the first paragraph, the reader will turn is the counter chart, which is the first thing that I was looking at. I was like, what are these? They are just a whole bunch of names. And in this rule book, it also says, don't read ahead, but like there's a cheating merchant over there. So maybe I am battling against I've encountered a cheating merchant. Then the number printed on the gem or city icon, and then rolling the dice, and 12 is your cap. And then you choose your reaction, and then you turn to that number. And what was this? You roll your destiny die, and so it'll either have the minus or the plus. So then, if you choose to pray, it's page 703. But if you roll the minus, you go to page 702, and if it's plus, you go to page 704. Paragraph number 704. Paragraph 704. You get what I mean, and I'm excited to do that because, once again, shut up and sit down, but like, anytime you have the option to enter, you just enter. Like, that's the way that they were playing it, and I think that was very funny. And I know that here it's like destiny point, story point, wealth plus 1, divided by storytelling, divided by respected sort of thing, and I'm just like, okay, there's like a lot of things to calculate actually, so no wonder you have a different person doing this for you, because it's a lot. Then some encounters, it will say, a certain thing can happen if you've got a certain skill, and if you don't have a certain skill, then you read the no skill paragraph. And if you have to have a mandatory skill and you don't have the mandatory skill, then you can't do it. And you can lose skills due to a status effect, which is absolutely cool as well. And then, the wealth, you can sell treasures, and there are times that you can die, but your character just moves back to Baghdad, and then you kind of like almost start again, and you do get to keep your skills, story points, and destiny points. And if you have obtained your secret victory condition, you may announce that you're going to win. See, end game. Oh, that's very interesting. If you've collected at least enough destiny and story points to meet your secret goal, chosen at the beginning, you must return to Baghdad in order to win. Once you reach and remain there after surviving an encounter, you announce that you are going to win. All the other players each have one last turn to try and complete their goals and reach Baghdad. Ooh, that's a big ask, because movement is and you only have oh wow, that's tough. At the end of the last turn, it's possible for one, several, or all the players to be in the running to win the game. If you are still the only eligible player, then you win. If there's more than one player with enough points, the tied player with the most statuses wins. If there is still a tie, the tied player with the most skills wins. If there's still a tie, then the story is even greater as the win is shared. That's brilliant. Then it's got some optional rules for a shorter game, common questions, the notes to the Western readers, and a little bit of like story background on all of the characters that you can be, which I found very interesting, especially reading about the two people that I didn't actually know. So that is a lovely thing. I feel very overwhelmed. This is a lot to deal with, as you can see. It is a huge amount. I'll read you guys one entry because it's not going to like spoil anything. You are prying loose a huge gem when it falls out, tripping a secret wire which opens a door into the fort. You go inside and find a fabulous artifact guarded by a sleeping serpent. If you have no skill, your clumsy approach wakes them and you are wounded before you can flee. And then you have to calculate that, and if you've got stealth and stealing, without even waking the beast, you slip away with the artifact and handfuls of the real gems which stud the inside of the fortress. And then you get +3 wealth, +3 destiny, story, wealth, determined, treasure, I don't know. Obviously you get a treasure card. I don't know what the determined, that's probably a status thing that you are then like determined. That's very, very interesting. And once again, Shut Up and Sit Down said that they played through one game, and by their calculation they got through 1.7% of the amount of story that is in this book. So people who like long involved story things, almost like roleplay, like it's kind of almost like having your own D&D character. You're a little bit like more limited and you don't keep the same character and grow with them, but you've got so many chances of exploring and having new like things happen. And I think that as a buy, this is fantastic because this game can be used like forever and ever and ever and ever, and that is amazing. And I do want to open, what have I done? I do want to open these little packets. So this is Book of Hidden Treasures. The book's title in an ancient script reads Law of the Ancients. It details the means of finding and opening many great stores of treasure. Most of the recipes, unfortunately, involve rather extensive magical preparations and rituals. With the riches described in the book swimming in your head, you resolve to seek some sorcerer's help. Gain scholarship at one higher level than you have it now. You may read the book and gain the opportunity to enter any place of power. So places of power are locations that you cannot travel to on your own. You have to be guided there by an event or a treasure or something else. The book is used up and taken out of the game when read. Max wealth level fabulous with another treasure, otherwise princely. And I just love the look of the cards. It's like a lot of text crammed into things. It really is. But I think it's absolutely fantastic. Okay, so this status is accursed. You have fallen under a terrible curse, with bad luck to follow you through all the rest of your days, unless the curse can be removed. Effect. Whenever you roll the die or dice for any reason, ask any player what number he wants you to use. He may, if he wishes, examine the Book of Tales before he gives you a number. Use that number instead of rolling. This does not affect the destiny die. To lose, after the player has given you a number, roll the dice to determine if you lose the status. If the number you roll is more than 1 point from the number that was given, you are no longer cursed. Alternatively, if you gain blessed, you use the status because they cancel each other out. And that's another accursed. Yay! So, I mean, that's pretty much it. And it like seems simple in a way, but at the same time, it's like really complicated. And when I was like getting the box, I wanted to do this. My battery squeaked at me. It's about to die. Where did I put the scissors? Where did I put the scissors? Can I open these little fiddly things? Ooh, there's one. There's one. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. I don't want to, like, read too many of these because I don't want to have, like, the story spoiled for me as well. But here's a brass bow, a brass horseman, brass trumpet. Okay, these are the brasses. Ebony horse, magic lamp. Oh, we all know what that does. Protective talisman. All these cards feel so nice and slick. Oh, they feel like so luxurious. Oh my lord. And then I'm going to be inviting over people and giving them snacks, and they are going to have messy hands and fingers and destroy all of my prettiness. I might have to give them snacks like in a break, and then have them all wash their hands and then monitor the status of their hands. Seek lost relative, carried away, king of thieves. So you get all these different quests that can start your story, because it's a bit daunting, and I think to give people a sense of direction. At first, like, oh, well, you're not 100% sure what you're going to do, but here, like, start with this, see how it goes, and maybe along the way you'll find something that, you know, like, really speaks to you. Okay, so then we've got, oh, hunchback, and we've got a slave, and island of camphor, Adrianople. Wow, there's going to be a whole lot of things I can't pronounce. Herat, Samarkand, Tana, Tina, I think it's Tana rather. And then we've got the status cards. I think that the variety in this book, the fact that you know you can play it again, you can like go visit the same places, but the encounters will be different, the quests will be different, the statuses will be different. I think that means that the game is going to be very, very replayable, which I'm very happy about. Fated, you are part of a greater destiny. Your fortune has been foretold, and your name is known to those with the power to see into the future. There's another cursed. Sultan, Allah has blessed you with great wealth and a great kingdom. Grief-stricken, the tragedy you have undergone has left you with a broken heart and tears in your eyes. You are unable to eat or sleep due to your overwhelming grief. Oh no! Okay, so like things can go badly, but hopefully you and everyone else will have a fun time, even if it does go badly, because yay! Because yay is not what you want someone to you want to hear someone say. But I am extremely excited about this, and I can't wait to play it because this looks amazing.